Maps were picked. We have Blood Run for MADBALL, Sinister for PAVEL, and Cure as the decider. It'd be an interesting one. I don't know what to say about this. I mean, we're really close with these three players, MADBALL, PAVEL, and Ash, I feel like.
Yeah, second place is still up for grabs. Like we mentioned, Ash kind of would have the advantage since he took a map off Evil, you would say, if we get into that situation. But in terms of this, I'm not sure. I think MADBALL stands a better chance against PAVEL than he did against Ash. I think if PAVEL tries to get any aim-based battles with MADBALL, MADBALL's going to come out on top. But it is, of course, first map Blood Run. Second map will be Sinister. Third map, if we need it, will be Cure. And yeah, I'm not going to call it because I have absolutely no idea. But straight off the bat, we're going to get the red armor from MADBALL. Cheekily steals that away. A little miss from PAVEL with the railgun. But yeah, I mean, so far, no one really got the advantage, bar maybe PAVEL's item set.
So yeah, when we saw Ash and MADBALL play, it was this map where MADBALL demolished Ash. And so far, we're seeing some good shots coming in from him. Shots that are going to put him not in necessarily a massive advantage. Actually, now they are, as he jumps across for that red steel and leaves PAVEL alive, crippled. A fate worse than death itself to be running around with no health at all. But he does manage to find himself a 50 and some yellows as well. So PAVEL's bringing himself back in slowly, but it is MADBALL who's calling the shots at the moment.
Yeah, I think one important point to remember is that, of course, Ash did constantly go at MADBALL, trying to intercept his ABC game. Pretty much challenged every major power-up when maybe perhaps shouldn't have. And at the moment, we're seeing PAVEL play a much more defensive game, a lot more careful with where he moves to, and even MADBALL moving away. A bit of mutual respect, perhaps, we're seeing at the moment, as we are still seeing 0-0 on the board.
And there you go, PAVEL almost walking out into certain death. Backing away to safety, trying to maybe get a cheeky rail, but the grenades will flush him out, which is exactly the purpose there. I like the delayed third one there. Maybe catching in, but look at this trap from MADBALL, but what is it worth? 3 directs from PAVEL, just demolish MADBALL's stack. And just to check MADBALL right now, we can see it's on 100, so really, really important damage coming in from PAVEL. But there's the mega. MADBALL's falling back onto all these items. So what is it really worth?
It's kind of what we saw against Ash, isn't it? Even though we saw those constant aggression plays by Ash, MADBALL just picked up everything on the map, just kept eating it. Whilst obviously later stages, Ash did the same thing against MADBALL. At the moment, MADBALL, like you said, making all the plays at the moment, or calling all the shots, and has position again on this red armor, which PAVEL at the most can hope for a railgun. He wouldn't really want to challenge against the lightning or MADBALL.
And we saw the same play on the last red, although this time MADBALL decides not to trap his opponent, instead to get the items. And still big damage coming in from PAVEL with no return from MADBALL. So this is dangerous for MADBALL. He needs to make some damage now. Perfect. That rail was really important. He's going to go for the frag. He's just jumping straight on in with that rocket jump. The pursuit, though, is not going to yield the frag just yet. But it does put him in position to take that red handily, as he might just get it now, and he does. Puts that rail straight through PAVEL, and that's going to be 1-0 in the 3rd minute.
Yeah, PAVEL had absolutely no idea that MADBALL was there either. Just bonk straight in the back of the head, and there's another one off the spawn from PAVEL, at least responding now and trying to get a bit of a revenge with a nice place railgun. But again, the mega health went to MADBALL, the red armor here as well. PAVEL not back to square one. He still does have a few things to work with, but he needs to make his way over to that rocket launcher as soon as possible. And right now, MADBALL just patrolling the area, and I don't think PAVEL's aware of just where MADBALL is. Right below him here at the moment. Now he will.
Yeah, what can he actually find? He has one frag, but the thing is that PAVEL won't give him any more frags. It's very unlikely that PAVEL will come to him. And look at this. PAVEL makes the play on that mega health. Lots of damage traded between both players. And let's just take stock of what happened afterwards. It's actually relatively close. That 50 makes a big difference, giving MADBALL a 50 resource advantage over PAVEL, but this does give room to breathe for PAVEL as he picks up a 50 of his own. And with the red armor spawning, we can see that MADBALL's going to grab that, but he's not that far ahead. This could be a mega for PAVEL. This could be a frag for PAVEL coming up, but that rail.
Yeah, and the LG is going to catch him out. Not able to follow through with the kill there, though, Pavel. That will be another one on the board here for MADBALL. Plenty of time. Look at the left. Keep referring to the time as guys, but he has plenty of time to get on everything he'd like to. The red arm is going to go for him. Pavel, a bit of an aggressive play here with the plasma. Does a lot of damage. The land plasma almost coming out yet again for more. Down to 56 to 30, but the railgun will shut him down. Has he done the damage he needs to do? He's got the rocket launcher. Yellow armor as well. We are even Stevens at the moment, with the only difference being the weapon advantage for Pavel. But that might not make too much of a difference if Pavel can connect with a decent amount of lightning gun. We'll see.
We will, and we have this red coming up for MADBALL. It's going to start getting that enormous stack again. It seems like it's going to be somewhat uncontested coming in from Pavel, who actually does try to put a bit of a fight down here, but just in time to wait for that yellow. But it did cost him quite massively, having taken over 100 damage there. But here he goes, jumping in on to MADBALL's position over at the grenade deck, unsure of what he hopes to accomplish right now in the short term. And he's going to go for the jump with MADBALL sitting below him. No respect, and another row connected for his hubris. MADBALL is going to be making such a... It's got to be coming soon, surely. This frag has got to happen from MADBALL, but he's going to take it slow.
I was going to say, kind of unfortunate in some ways for Pavel there as he took that red armor. He knew the mega health time. MADBALL didn't get it. Had MADBALL missed that railgun, you might have actually seen Pavel pushing aggressively from the rocket launcher or even drop down on toward MADBALL. But as it happens, wasn't to be the case. And at the moment, 85 to 0 can afford to take a railgun, but Pavel does not have one to his name either. So really, MADBALL doesn't have too much to worry about at distance at the moment.
I love how he moved through the grenades. He took a lot of damage, but he read the stacks so well that he knew that that was an okay play to make. But here comes Pavel diving in with the rockets, and there is nothing for MADBALL to do but to comply with Pavel's wish, and that is for MADBALL to die. Indeed.
Yeah.
And there you go.
I gotta say, DDK, one thing I have noticed watching MADBALL is that a lot of the frags he loses and dies to are with his railgun out. It seems like he's caught off guard quite a lot with that weapon. This could be another frag if you can get out with the lightning gun. No, a little bit too sloppy. Finally will come through. But yeah, just seems to die quite often with the railgun.
And that was, I think, a direct off the spawn. That is never a good greeting back into the arena. A rocket in the face. But nonetheless, MADBALL is going to be able to pick up that red, but he's got to get himself off the platform. Does so. No rail coming in from Pavel. So maybe a couple missed opportunities for damage there as things really even up here. Let's just take stock there. We can see that MADBALL is 72, 120, and it's very close between these two guys, and all the items are far away. So if we see a skirmish here, like a rail connected or 150 damage here or a bit of LG for free, that's the difference between either Pavel or MADBALL just taking a red and a mega now. And that is a huge deal. And it looks like Pavel's going to be the one that gets the red and the mega.
Yeah, and I really like MADBALL sticking around for the railgun. This is a bit of a mistake from Pavel this time. Caught down with his parents down with the railgun now. Swing the other way. MADBALL with the frag extended his lead by 1. The yellow armor for him as well. Plenty of time before this red. You'd have to see phenomenal plasma from Pavel yet again bringing that out. And he'll do quite a lot of damage here as well, mate. If he can hit the railgun, down to 27 points of health. Nice. One more would kill him, and he'll get it. Puts it through. And out of nowhere, Pavel turns that situation into a flag.
That is just, everything is just going topsy-turvy right now. And it's 2 minutes to go, and we're no closer to really discovering who deserves to win Blood Run. So far, they both deserve to win it equally almost. But it is MADBALL who's a frag ahead, and Pavel who wants to grab this mega, and MADBALL almost pushing him off enough with the rockets. However, he will fall, and we have a tie game situation. Not only that, but Pavel knows exactly where MADBALL is and what he wants. He wants that rocket launcher, he wants that railgun. And how does he go about doing it? Pavel just has to make the right read right now.
Let me just point something out here at the moment. We've got 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. Currently 15 red armor for MADBALL, 4 for Pavel, 8 mega health for MADBALL, 6 for Pavel. Really, just MADBALL's had absolutely everything, and we're tied, and he's dealing less damage. Somehow Pavel is keeping this game extremely close despite that deficit, and it really is a fantastic display of performance. The problem is, can MADBALL still hold on despite that? I don't know. 1 minute now remaining. The stack is hugely in the favor of MADBALL. Pavel critical railgun miss, and yeah, time approaching overtime.
Yeah, and I really feel like MADBALL's going to want to play for this overtime. We can see he's very far behind on stack. And PAVEL, he's going to want to finish this. But the thing is that, I'm pretty sure that PAVEL, having watched him play so much, he's not going to try to take a risk to do that. He'd prefer to play for overtime. And by doing so, you're saying, okay, I'm in a better position. But I believe that the longer the game goes on, the more chances the better player has to win. And so an overtime can really favor PAVEL. So I'm pretty sure he's going to play for that as well. We'll probably just see the gentleman's agreement for overtime, but he actually finds an opportunity to go in with the rockets. It may not amount to anything, but actually no. Here comes the LG MADBALL. Oh, 5 health left. Can he survive? Can he hide from MADBALL? There he goes.
I think he's done it as well, the 50 HP.
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ.
God. That was so interesting because MADBALL, he had a good stack there. And he took quite a lot of damage going in, that kind of skirmish through the shards onto the rocket position. And he decided to hold his ground because he had a good opener after PAVEL jumped through the doorway. But he could have just dropped for the telly and played for overtime.
Yeah, I guess when you're at the level that MADBALL is in terms of accuracy, you just feel confident to go to these fights. The problem is, like I mentioned at the beginning, I feel like PAVEL is equally as strong in those exchanges. And it really just came down to the nail-biting end that it was. And yeah, that's going to be PAVEL with first map on the board, and he's going to be very happy with that one.
Yeah,
it's the result we saw against Ash.
And it's down to Sinister now. Well, rather match point for PAVEL on Sinister. So it's all up in the air, I feel like. If MADBALL gets a good start, things can just blow up. I feel, it's the same way for PAVEL. We see that on this map a lot. People really want to have a very slow, considered, consistent start to this map because otherwise things can get really out of control. And if you lose a few frags on this map, because it can be similar to Blood Run in that sense that it can be quite slow scoring, you feel a lot of pressure all of a sudden and to get some frags back. And that pressure can maybe force you into some risks that you really don't want to have to even consider.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing as well that PAVEL's going to take away from that is, despite them equally being as strong in Blood Run, perhaps, that was MADBALL's map pick. And it doesn't matter what way you look at it, this is PAVEL's. So PAVEL coming into his own map, he's obviously going to have that level of confidence that he'll probably commit to things that he maybe perhaps shouldn't do. And that's always going to be a great thing to watch as we kick things off here on map number 2.
Here we go. Jumping on into Sinister between MADBALL and PAVEL. It is match point here for PAVEL. As the Belarusian MADBALL jumping in with some fantastic rocket work there. Stupendous stuff as he makes the first frag of the map, starts things off with fantastic motions. And now, as he drops onto PAVEL's head, he's looking for the follow. And there it is, the follow through. 2-0 in 20 seconds. That's a good way to start.
Yeah, definitely a good way to start. And again, just has what he needs to work with. He could die to one railgun, has to wait for that yellow armor before pushing away, but this red armor should go to him. PAVEL may stick around to try and connect with a rocket or a railgun, but there's no way going to be able to commit to the fight without a lightning gun. That's for certain, and it will be backing away toward the Mega to pick that one up. The yellow armor as well will be given to him, but he needs a bit more armor if he really wants to take advantage of that health. So we're going to have to see if he can find his way onto something.
Yeah, so right now, MADBALL, just still experiencing the boon that was that fantastic start. And this stack, though, it doesn't mean much if you're getting locked out of an area because you just can't move through rockets. And that's what happened. PAVEL delayed him from long enough, worked his position around, hit the rail, got the red armor pickup, more rails to follow. MADBALL now, he's just wondering what the hell happened to my stack. PAVEL goes in for the kill. Finishing blows come from the lightning gun of the Russian, and the Cosmonaut PAVEL will make it happen and bringing things back. The pace is pretty high in this one so far.
Yeah, definitely. The red armor goes to him as well. This should be another kill. I've got to say, PAVEL's LG is a little bit sloppy. It's not on point, and that has to change if MADBALL gets any kind of stack and then starts committing himself. But right now, PAVEL fortunate in the fact that he has more to work with. So even though MADBALL's dealing that additional damage, it's not amounting to a frag, which is obviously a good thing for him. But here we go. Mega health coming up soon. And again, has to be careful he doesn't take a rocket, or you may just see MADBALL dive down, as he does have a lightning gun and 50 armor to work with. But instead, just going to play the distance.
Here we go. This is a very bad spot for MADBALL to get caught there, right in the open against an LG with less stack. That usually equates to death. That's how the equation works. And PAVEL now, is just building the stack. It's 3-2, and it could very well go 8-2, 10-2 if MADBALL cannot stop this right now. Look at that. That's beautiful movement from PAVEL there. Even connects to rail. MADBALL, though, with a bit of damage of his own. But the problem is Mega and Red. Who's going to get these?
It looks like PAVEL wants to try and deny both of them, maybe even committing to the Mega Health here. And meanwhile, MADBALL's going to get the red. And I got to say, the current stack, that's probably a better play for MADBALL to get out with that. The yellow armor as well.
Good rail exchange there. And pressure put on by MADBALL. PAVEL trying to work his way back around to the red area, but red's not for 10 seconds. There's really not much up. It's the next item. He catches his opponent jumping through the telly. Good little trap there set by PAVEL. Oh my god, lovely rail through the gap and hits a second as well. So things are turning brilliantly now for PAVEL as he just with 2 rails makes the massive difference. Goes in, wants to execute MADBALL off that LG engagement, does so. Was it worth all the stack that it cost him though?
Yeah, we'll see. Now only misses the 25 actually. We'll find another one for him to try and bring himself up to a comfortable level. The 50 HP as well. And one good thing to note here is PAVEL does have the time on that 50 HP and the 25. He knows when he can move back onto it. So even if he takes MADBALL low here, I know exactly what and what not MADBALL can pick up, which will help indefinitely. But right now, MADBALL waiting in position for this Mega Health. PAVEL not wanting to show his face at the moment. Knows MADBALL could be around any corner with the railgun. And may even not peek here onto red armor. Just playing it slow here, PAVEL, waiting for his opportunity.
Yeah, so like going for that frag, it cost him so much stack that he missed out on the red, he missed out on other major items, missing out on megas. So the long-term implications of that one frag could end up costing him almost maybe even the game. If MADBALL can actually... Because right now he's cycling everything. If we just check his perspective, look how stacked he is. PAVEL has to play a perfect defensive game to keep him at bay right now. And he does manage to steal the red armor in time. Very good play from PAVEL, but his health is diminishing rapidly. But it's just one rail for both players to die. LG comes out. MADBALL picks up that Mega Health. That's going to save him. And the 50 does not go to PAVEL, so he's really low still.
Yeah, I'm surprised. PAVEL did know it is up. Maybe he either didn't time it or he just didn't want to risk moving to it. But actually now all drops, so that'll go to him. Keep himself in the safety zone for the time being. But in comes MADBALL. This should be a kill. He needs to hit perfect rockets. 2 brilliant ones. But again, just MADBALL, the red armor. Everything was in his favor. And there comes the frag. 4-3, closing the gap now as PAVEL desperately tries to pick up a yellow armor, holding this position. MADBALL may even come charging through. No, but here to pick up. Knows exactly where he is. Knows the red armor's free here for him to pick up when he wants it. He may even deny this yellow. It looks like that's the case, or at least get most of it away. Brilliant defensive pockets. And that's actually going to allow PAVEL to get out of there.
Yeah, really nice stuff there from PAVEL to survive, which he desperately needs to do. It's such a marginal situation, and he could very easily have died. But right now, 4-3, it is match point for PAVEL, so he wants to just make this a quick 2-0. I mean, look at how much wonder we're seeing from MADBALL. He's doing very, very good stuff here so far in Sinister. He's dangerous. You don't want to play another map against this guy as he steals away another red. It's just a matter of time, surely, until the frag is found. He's missing the pixel rail there as he moves back around, lies in wait for maybe a double back. Doesn't spot it though, and he's on the prowl, on the hunt for PAVEL.
The question is, can we find it at the moment? PAVEL playing a good game at the moment with the railgun and rockets. Perfect rocket, perfect railgun as well. But again, MADBALL has a lot to his name. He's going to have to hit a whole lot more than that if he wants to keep himself in this game. And again, call out there with a line of good, slight mistake of movement. But MADBALL just going to pick things up, and it's just Pac-Man at the moment for MADBALL. Even though PAVEL's dealing damage, it's not really amounting to anything. Brilliant railgun though.
Yeah, it's definitely really tough. Hits the second, looking for the third. PAVEL going to push him off though. And a lot to be desired for MADBALL, who needs to turn up the game to force it to a third map. And PAVEL, he's still keeping himself alive, but the problem is that that's not good enough. You need to have a chance to actually make more frags. He needs to get in control of the situation. Makes the play on the Mega. Picks it up mid-fight. Could just be enough for him to make the difference. But no, MADBALL will get the frag. And the play on the Mega ends up costing PAVEL his life. Not just one, but two. And that's 5-4 now as MADBALL goes up And this is a very bad situation now for Pavel, who hasn't really had a big impact on the stack of MADBALL, but those rails change everything now.
Yeah, if he hit another one, he might have been able to make a play on this Mega Health, but he should back away. I feel like this is going to be a risky play, but MADBALL just trying to hit the railguns. I feel like he should have dropped earlier on. Now it's a little bit late, actually, and the Mega Health's going to go to Pavel. Maybe even sticking around for another shot here. MADBALL able to find the railgun, and Pavel stealing away the red.
So MADBALL going for the trade on the rail there. Very interesting. I don't know if that was a very wise decision. He left himself so low and with no options after that. It's nice to hit a bit of damage, but you got to think about what is your next move. And after hitting that shot, he didn't have any next moves. And Pavel just took him down. It's now a tied game again. And it is now Pavel who's in a decisive advantage. However, the Mega will go to MADBALL as Pavel was not there. I mean, you can call that a mistake, you can call it whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it's going to get MADBALL another chance to stay in the game as we go to 2 minutes remaining, and Pavel has a decisive advantage on stack and weapons.
Yeah, indeed. We got 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. This could come down to the final 5 seconds like last map. It would be an intense ending. We are going to see the LG on LG battle. Nedama's not spawning, but MADBALL will still get the frag. And look at the stack he has. Plenty of time just to sit here, wait for Mega Health. Pick that up. This, I think, could guarantee him the win here. And he could even steal away the yellows, but Pavel just able to take it.
And Pavel going in for some last-ditch rockets, but it's not very effective. And that, oh my god, the rockets were missed at that red armor. It's just so tough for him to deal with. He's still trying to do what he can do. Not much just yet. A rail would be so helpful for Pavel, but he just doesn't have one. And 6-5, we're looking at 60 seconds for Pavel. He goes down. Well played from MADBALL to catch his opponent with another quick rocket. And it looks like MADBALL's going to be pulling us into a third map.
Yeah, I'd have to hit land plasma and maybe MADBALL disconnects at this point. That is a lot of plasma, actually. 33 points of health. Might be able to finish. No, MADBALL with the rocket. Just denying him possibility to get out in the open. 8-5, 8-5 deficit. And yeah, I think you're definitely right here. There's no way back now for Pavel. Pavel just needs to drop. If Pavel wants to come up, he's going to have to rocket jump. He can't afford to take the bounce pad. And if he does that, he loses HP. And there comes the frag. Just one single rocket to find it. 9-5, maybe even 10-5 now. So I'm pretty sure MADBALL will just come through.
Yeah, so it's like 10-5 should be the final score here on Sinister. And we'll move into Cure, actually. So first Cure of the day coming up. So if you're a Cure fan, you'll be happy. If you're not a Cure fan, well, tough.
Yeah, tough.
So there you go.
I like Cure. You see a bit of everything. Rockets, lightning gun, railgun, grenade. Yeah. I like Cure. I like a bit of Cure.
I do like Cure as well. It's got a lot of fun stuff going on. A lot of traps and baits and so on. Good potential for a lot of fun fights. And I don't know who to really throw this to. I feel like this is very even, and that's what we just saw. 2 maps of very even. So I don't really sound like I mean, it doesn't really take a genius to make that prediction. No. So I'm sorry, guys. I don't have any ground insights. Okay. So I'm just going to be that guy. So yeah, I think it's going to be pretty even.
Yeah,
do you have anything to add to that?
It's going to be even. I don't know, to be honest. It could heavily favor on the spawns, but again, we just see how well these players can do on the plus backward. This map is a map you can do that on. There's so many bounce pads and so many teleports that you can just find your way out of there. There's 50 HPs, there's shards, interesting. But MADBALL straight off the bat here on map number 3, going to get the Mega Health, get the yellow, get some shards. I think got green. Is there a green on this map? He might have got that as well. Pavel, meanwhile, has the red, but has the railgun, which could come in handy.
Yeah, so let's see how this red fight goes. This could be interesting. There's no rail. It's not really going to play a big part here. MADBALL's this is the move with the LG. That's the move that you make when you want to make the first frag. That LG situation when you're on the top there, they can't do anything with rockets in that fight. You get such a huge DPS advantage. And look at this now coming in. MADBALL with a quick second, and that was perfectly played. And that really is so interesting now because Pavel looks like he's in trouble again.
Yeah, 3-0 straight off the bat. And you talk about the advantage in terms of DPS. You get a 54% advantage. That's what he had after that first exchange. 51% after the second. Now currently sitting at 48% LG. Just really did utilize that weapon to its fullest. And now he's able to pick up every item he needs to do. Now the question is PAVEL going to set up a trap on this red armor? Maybe just above, rain some rockets down. That's definitely something he could do. But he doesn't really have any weapons to fight with if MADBALL comes in from a different angle. So this is going to be interesting here to see whether he's going to actually drop down, try and pick it up. Brilliant direct rockets. If he can hit another one, it could find the frag here. 39 points of health, 6 points of health, 6 machine gun bullets would find the kill, but 1 point of health for PAVEL. Wow, I wasn't watching him. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was very interesting because PAVEL basically read the situation perfectly for the fight. And I'll go into that in a moment. As we've got another engagement here, it's going to be PAVEL who falls. And the thing that happened there was PAVEL predicted that MADBALL was going to go for the same fight he did at the start. And that is a fight where you can see the stairs where he's looking there. Like if you stand at the top of those stairs, you get such an advantage shooting LG down to the guy who's only got a rocket. So PAVEL knew that MADBALL knew that he only had a rocket there. So he moved into the position where his opponent's going to fight from, so he could really put the pain on with the rockets. It almost worked. It almost worked. So it was a very smart move from PAVEL, but the risk was there, and we can see this situation now, 5-0, as MADBALL is not really shaken off of the control. PAVEL will pick up that red, but what's it going to mean?
Not too much at the moment, as he's able to get away from it for free. If MADBALL can hit one more, that would be okay, but isn't choosing to instead back away. That's going to even the game a little bit. PAVEL could even utilize and turn this into a factor if he plays his cards right. 19 points of health. He'll get it, but just 10 HP remaining. He kind of needs to go into the mega. Oh my god, 2 machine gun bullets.
That is gutting right there. That is so gutted. Oh my god. MADBALL, the rockets, this is just heartbreaking for PAVEL. How else can you describe it? The one chance he gets, it's like MADBALL gets the perfect spawn. Yeah.
There's no words, really, but it's not out of it just yet. 7 minutes remaining. Good rocket from PAVEL. 87 points of health here from MADBALL. PAVEL doesn't have the railgun to finish off the frag, but he will gift himself the red armor and could possibly get in on the mega health here. He doesn't have a line. He could need to hit a rocket, and he'll do it as well. 6-1, finally now on the scoreboard. And pick up the yellow for his efforts. Back on toward the mega health. This is good news here for PAVEL, delaying these items, ensuring they will not spawn at the same time.
There you go, nice row coming in onto PAVEL's face as he goes for the engagement on the red. This is a big moment for PAVEL now as he gets a very clean frag and he gets his first solid opportunity to do what has been done to him. And there you go, he's starting it off well. So how far can he run with this? That is the question as he makes his way forwards onto the mega.
Yeah, I mean, he had a bit of an opportunity to delay the red armor after picking up the frag, to give him time to go to both, but at the same time, with the advantage he has got, he could pick up the frag and get both if he does it right, and there comes the kill. The red armor will go to him. MADBALL won't get the mega helm, so yeah, this has worked out for him, and now he's got mega health to think of next after picking up that 50.
The cool thing there for PAVEL as well is when he got the frag, he was actually in a position where he heard exactly where MADBALL spawned. So he knew he spawned over at the YA, and we can see the problems that MADBALL is in right now, just because PAVEL went straight for that pressure. He left the mega up, it's still up in fact, and he's going to continue the pressure. He might be too far in right now, and he cannot find a way out of it, and that's a huge problem. Had he known where MADBALL exactly was, he could have taken the mega away, but now he's going to take himself and gift 2 frags to his opponent. That is another heartbreaking situation for PAVEL, who just can't quite catch the break he needs.
I mean, it was a sure move. We're going to see another exchange here. PAVEL will actually get a frag, but he thought it was a sure frag by the yellow armor. He could catch him off, move back, pick up the red and mega, but unfortunately, the time it spent trying to pick up that frag, the red armor spawned for MADBALL off the bat. He picked that up, find the frag, and now PAVEL having to work from a bit more of a deficit yet again, and in comes MADBALL off the spawn with a shotgun as PAVEL tries to keep this gap at a 1 frag deficit. Keep himself in the game. The mega health will go to MADBALL. We've got red armor coming up, but this would be a risky play for both sides going for this red armor. And actually, MADBALL a little bit too slow. We'll be going to PAVEL.
I like how MADBALL is creating a game, like a high fragging game against PAVEL. But look at this drop. Catches MADBALL below him and finishes him off for the tie game. But MADBALL's forcing an aggressive game out of PAVEL. And that is not something that's so common that we see with Pavel. But so far, it's now going in Pavel's favor. MADBALL's throwing a lot of risks over Pavel's way, and a lot of them paid off, but suddenly we're starting to see that MADBALL has to stop the rot right now. It's not looking to be a good situation. We've got Pavel who's about to hit 200-200. He's not so far away.
Yeah, I mean, MADBALL has been doing a good job of preventing that 200-200, stealing away the red, stealing away the yellow, and again the red armor. If he gets a good spawn here, maybe on the yellow armor, he could steal it away, and this could be good news. But unfortunately, Pavel very quick to get into position. It's exactly what MADBALL's trying to do, and we'll take that one away from himself. And look at the left side of the screen. MADBALL's going to deal damage, and now Pavel has plenty of time to get everything.
Just quickly looking like a Pavel game. I mean, he's taking it back right at the end. And a lot of annoyance from MADBALL there. He just cannot be hit. Get hit, says Pavel. And will he die? Can he die? He does eventually die. Way more damage than he should have achieved, but it's okay. There's the Mega there. Yellow's up on the spot as well. A suicidal should MADBALL try to go for that yellow. So everything's safe for Pavel right now. The Rockets could do it. Let's see if they do.
MADBALL to try and keep Pavel away. Pavel's just going to dart on through. 20 points of health will connect with the railgun as well. MADBALL keeping himself in here. We've got a bit of time before the Mega Health. It would be risky to push out. He knows it. Deals damage with that railgun from a distance. And for the time being, I'm just going to play with the clock a little bit and just try and get himself into the game, into a position where he's comfortable to go in for the frag. We've got Mega Health coming up. MADBALL will collect that. Now we've got red. Good railgun from MADBALL. And now comes the LG push.
Here we go. Cannot quite get around the corner in time to stop the pickup of the red. Pavel is cutting him down with electricity as he takes the control, the swing of the game back to his side. And it's looking, despite the low amount of health and armor for Pavel, it's looking kind of good for him. And he decides not to go for that yellow, instead to go for the trap over at the rail. And I don't know about this. I mean, he had time to just get the yellow and pressure from red from above.
Yeah, I mean, Pavel also had a chance to just go and pick up the red armor during that LG fight and just steal it away from MADBALL, deny him that opportunity. But instead, went down, red armor went to MADBALL, so did the yellow armor. We've got about 130 to 25 from Pavel. He has to be careful. He needs to hit a rocket and just back away. If he goes for this fight, this could be a frag from MADBALL with a well-placed lightning gun and railgun, and there we go.
Oh my
11
god.
frags on the board, and this could be a huge throw for Pavel at this point.
This is going to be the game for MADBALL. I'm really feeling it right now. Pavel making... It's like MADBALL forced Pavel to turn the pace up, and Pavel just couldn't turn it back down, even if it was costing him in terrible spots. He just kept that pace too high. And MADBALL now, he is in a fantastic position. Look at these rails coming in. He's going to dive straight onto the red. Pavel has to defend here somehow, some way. The rockets coming in, the LG finish, and there it is. MADBALL takes the lead. He's going to pick up the Mega, and now Pavel is left with a horrible feeling in the pit of his stomach. It's called despair. That's what he's feeling, because it's one frag, the difference, with 40 seconds left, and MADBALL is running the show.
Yeah, but Pavel does have a plasma in hand. We saw how strong that is. It looked like land plasma at times on the map we've seen so far. In comes the push toward red armor. He kind of needed to hit another rocket before that armor is picked up. He's got 8 points of health. The frag will come in. He ties it up, 64-1. But we have no power-ups on the map, and Pavel's a little bit early for this Mega Health. But MADBALL not going to challenge.
So we're going to see our first overtime. I'm feeling unless something ridiculous happens, we should see this overtime coming in, because neither player, I think, feels super comfortable to make a frag, especially as Pavel's like, he knows there's a bunch of items that should be a given. And there it is. There it is. There's the Mega, there's the red. Pavel is in control in the overtime. So here we go. First overtime of the winter season finale on MADBALL and Pavel. It is, of course, a must-win situation for both players. It is the deciding map. Nice rail pushing Pavel in for a bit of a swim.
And another brilliant railgun coming out. I mean, both these players hitting their shots at this point. It really could go any way in this first overtime. May even see a second one, but the LG comes out from MADBALL. Pavel going to be forced to back away and try and recuperate some of that health and armor. The 25, the green. Try and get on this yellow armor. Look at this, MADBALL just waiting below at the moment. For Pavel, we're going to see the exchange here. Pavel is kind of stuck, but it would be risky for both players to commit. And they are going to mutually agree to just back away.
It is so tense between these two guys. Great rocket from Pavel, though. Looking for that rail. Can't quite hit the flick. And the Mega is coming up soon. But do either of them even dare go for it? MADBALL does, and the rail is missed as he drops. Unbelievable. So ballsy going for that drop there. I cannot believe it. And here he goes. Pavel has no idea what hit him. And that's 15-14 now as MADBALL goes up with 40 seconds left. What can Pavel do at this point to bring it back?
Plasma, land plasma, he has to hit a lot of this, and unfortunately the yellow armor goes to him. 29 points of health for Pavel. MADBALL may even come charging through the right jump to line again. 23 points of health for MADBALL. It's still possible. It is still possible here for Pavel, but he has to hit something, and he has to hit it now. Time is ticking away, DDK.
I cannot believe MADBALL went for the rocket jump finish there. He wants to make this intense all the way to the end. Rocket's coming in, but 3 health left is enough for MADBALL to take the game with 10 seconds left. It's 3 frags now. It is impossible for Pavel to take it, and that means that MADBALL's gonna win against Pavel 2-1.
I can't believe it. If he hit one more machine gun bullet before the red armor was picked up, would have gone down, and then maybe Pavel could have brought it back. Oh man, that's got to be annoying.
That's a great match we just had there.
It really was. All 3 maps were entertaining.
Yeah, so that's got to be the match of the tournament so far. But I say that, okay, and we're 4 best of 3s in of 12 best of 3s. And then we got 3 best of 5s coming up. So it's a long day of Quake. So if we're seeing matches like that all throughout, I'm going to be pretty happy. So we've got Evil and MADBALL coming up next. Or at least that's what's on the schedule. So I think we're going to take a quick breather in a break. And we'll be back with Evil and MADBALL after this.